All right, and we are live again. So I don't know how many are seeing it right now. If you don't see it, um, well, if you don't see it, you won't be hearing what I'm saying. I see three people watching, so we got three. I don't know how many else. I'm sure you all will find your way back. Ah, 15. Okay, there you go. Now it says 15. They're climbing back in. Cool. Well, as I said, the phone is open for the next caller. Whoever wishes to call in. Like I said, you don't have to think about you're talking to the group. All you got to think about is you're talking to me. Hey Z, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, as I typed in, this has been one of the best live streams yet. This is awesome. Hearing from you people and talking to me live, I love that. So as you see in the live stream, right there in front of you, there's the number to call in. Anybody that wants to call in, the floor is all yours. And whatever you want to talk about, we talk about. Yeah, it's been a lot of good things have been spoken about tonight. We've had testimony. We've spoken about the Mandela. Here's one for you. What do you know about the Book of Enoch? And what do you know about the Nephilim and the fallen angels? Call in. Let's talk. Oh, yes. Absolutely. All right, now I'm just reading the live stream, live chat right along with you. Yeah, I'm doing my prepping right now. I'm prepping my spirit to go to heaven by doing God's work and God's will. Yeah, it's right there. 814-888-6371. So you got to use the 814. Yeah, I understand people that want to do bug out bags and get ready to roll out the door. Absolutely understandable. That's important. Yes, Sherry. That's where I'm at, northern Pennsylvania, northwestern Pennsylvania. Lake Erie, right on the lake. Oh, you talking to me? Yeah, I started petting you while you were sleeping. So she stood up. Yeah, I understand you meant Birch. You just missed the R, hippie. That's why I let it go. I knew what you were saying. Oh, yeah, that might cause a problem, Ethan. I didn't think about that. Um, what we can do, Ethan, once I get the bugs worked out, which I am close, um, when I get it set up to where the Skype will work also, then I'll have you on because with Skype, you ain't got to worry about it. When you're going through the phone, for some reason, when you're going through the phone, you have to have the all the extra numbers and everything, and I don't know what they are. So Ethan's kind of locked out on us for probably another week, and then I'll have him on with Skype. But anyone else, the floor is open. Don't be shy. Yeah, all I know, Ethan, is it's 1-814-888-6371. Are you dialing the one? Because you have to dial the one also. Yeah, Ethan, that's what I'm using to do this. Is the text me. If you install the text me app on your phone, you could probably call me from that. Oh, everybody else is. There you go. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Ethan, Colleen just gave you an answer. I just don't know if you have international calling where it's going to put a a fee for you to call America. I don't know. Oh, you're right here. You're laying right beside me. There's no. Absolutely. That's cool, Bernadette. That is really cool. Well, you're a little shy and you're kind of nervous about calling, just pray first and turn it over to God and just say, Lord, please give me the words for what you want me to say. And then dial. Put your faith in God. There you go, Sherry. Boy, that's a lot of numbers. Yeah, I don't know about Ethan. I know that I don't have an international plan on my phone, so I can't call Australia. Well, let's give Ethan one more chance to see if he can call in. He's going to try text me. Cowboy, just give Ethan just a few more minutes. He's trying to call in now using text me. Let's see if he can get through first, and if he can't, then by all means you can call right in. Absolutely. So do I, sister in Christ. So do I. This has been an absolutely wonderful night. It's really, really cool to hear from you guys and let you speak. Just give it a sec, Cowboy. We're trying to let Ethan get through first. Not a problem, Sherry. You did absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And Colleen, you'll do just as good once you finally call in. You'll find once you start speaking, the Holy Spirit's just going to fill you and you're going to speak away and speak away and speak away. There you go, sister in Christ. You got it. Oh. I just finished that next cup of coffee and then I got one left in the pot and I'm trying to hold off on that for at least an hour. Yeah, I have lucid dreams also. Had one of them late this morning. I knew it was a dream, but I kind of followed through with it, you know. Wasn't anything special. All right, cowboy. If you want to call back, phone's open. Ethan can't get through right now. Move, cat. Hello.
Hey, how you doing again?
Good, good, good. So what did you want to talk about that you said you had a lot to say on?
Well, we were talking about being attacked and sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I saw somebody speaking about that. Absolutely.
Right. So just to go back to, I guess, when I was younger, third, fourth grade, that's when I was writing my music, Christian songs. But at night, so many nights, I was woken up in the middle of the night with total fear. Like somebody's there. You know, at that age, I didn't know really what it meant or anything, but I felt something bad around me. And so I would just turn my light on and pull my Bible out and start reading it. Well, I found out around 7th grade, I guess my parents had played the Ouija board, and I had no idea, but all the females in my family, my mom, my grandma, my sister, they all witnessed demonic entities, paranormal, where cupboards would open, dishes would fly. I was completely unaware of this at the time. I guess when I was younger, even in the crib, my mom witnessed a very black mass covering over my crib. So we had some very dark times. We ended up getting prayers with our bloodline clipped. But before that, before I found out even about what had happened to my family, and I would pray with the Bible when these things would happen. I remember the first incident I had was before I had turned on my my bedroom light, and it was pitch dark, and I was feeling this and started praying. A very bright light show up in the corner of my room, which scared the crap out of me. So I went underneath my sheets, praying still, and I could see through the sheets the light whipping around my room, and then a complete peace came over me. And at that point, it was just like amazing. Like looking back, I think maybe an angel fighting with whatever entity was in my room. It cleared my room, and I was able to fall asleep, and I felt at peace. Years later, as I got older, after my kids were born, well, one before my kids were born, I got sleep paralysis, the first one. I heard the phone ringing, and my roommate came in my room and said, "The phone's for you." And I couldn't move, and I couldn't talk, and there was nothing I could do. It was like I was frozen, and I couldn't open my mouth. And at the time back then, I didn't even know what that was. Finally, I was able to pull myself out of it and went out to him, and he's like, "Well, no, I went in your room and you didn't even wake up." Didn't make much of it. After my kids were born, I had another sleep paralysis, where, again, I couldn't move, couldn't not even open my eyes, open my mouth, couldn't pray. So I've had it a couple times. Mostly, and I go back to, they were talking about being attacked in a dream. I've never witnessed anything other than that light at the time when I was younger. But I've always been attacked in my dreams where I'm like literally fighting a demon. And I had this living in this house one time, and my cousin and her daughter came over, and they just left abruptly, like, "Oh, you're leaving? Yeah, we gotta go." So the next day, my cousin and I are very close, and I told her, "Man, last night I had a very bad dream. I got attacked last night by this." And I told her, I said, "This is the third time this happened, where it's a very tall, dark entity with very grayish, blackish, long, scrappy hair." And I said, "It always tries to get me, like it has portrayed itself as a child in a crib. And when I go pick the child up crying, it pops out at me, and we have a fight." And I said, "Last night it attacked me again, and we were literally crawling up the walls, on the ceiling, under the bed, fighting. Like literally full out to the death fight." And it was the first time I had mentioned this to her, because I don't like to talk about this much to anybody. And she said, "Well, that's crazy, because last night there was a bang against your window in the kitchen." I go, "Yeah, I remember hearing the bang. We didn't know what it was. We thought maybe a bird hit it or something." She goes, "Yeah, well, my daughter saw the exact same description of what you're telling me you saw in your dreams. A tall, black shadow with long, stringly white hair looking in the window, and that's why she wanted to leave, and that's why we left." So I know that, I'm very strong in my faith, and I would never, allow it to manifest itself or welcome it in my life, but they still can get you in your sleep. I don't know how many people have experienced that, but I've experienced that, through my whole life until I was awakened in 2015. when I was awakened, that was the most amazing thing. That when you look at this world that we live in today, this matrix, that the reality of it is so strong um, that's when it was like really grabbed onto me. Like, no, I know you're there. There's nothing. I know you're there, and I know I can defeat you. I already know I've been given that power, and there's nothing that you can do to me anymore. And since then, I haven't had anything happen to me.
Yes, that's awesome. I've had a
But,
dream that I've spoken about that it's like every 4 years I have this dream, and it's the identical dream, right down to every little tiny detail. There's never any difference. And yes, it's about fighting a demon. The last time I had it was in 2014, and we'll see. You know what I mean? I know.
Well, what is that dream, Paul? Do you want to share, or no?
No, I've shared it before. I'll share it again. In this dream, when the dream starts out, it's all black, and the blackness starts to go away, and then it's really dark, and I'm on this. What is it? It's a glowing purplish road, and and the fields around it, they're all a glowing color too, kind of an off bluish color. And I start walking down the road, and I start coming up, and there's this female demon, and she's standing there, and she's got these two assistant demons, helpers, that are with her, and they come at me, and I go to run away, but I can't really run. And I look down, and I lift up off the ground, and I start just flying through the air about 3 feet above the road. And they're shooting these light ropes that try to go around me, and I keep breaking them and breaking them and breaking them. And then I go around through some bends and some turns, and I come up to this. There's this old rickety house on the left-hand side on a slight hill. And it looks like one of your haunted houses, you know what I mean, that you see out of movies or something.
Right.
And I walk into the house, and as I'm walking through, I can hear this demon calling at me and calling at me. And I go into the one room, and there's this one of the helper demons attacks me. And I get into this physical fight with this thing as it's trying to attack me, and it's almost overcoming me. And I see a machete, and I grab this machete, and I hit it. And next I know, I'm cutting this demon into little tiny pieces. And then I walk out of that room, and I walk into another one, and the other demon attacks me, and I do the same thing to him. And then I go into the last room, and there's that female demon, and she attacks me, and this takes a whole lot more work to beat her. But finally I get her cut out, and I walk out of the house, and then I wake up. And I mean, I literally physically do wake up. And I go up, and I get something to drink, and I relax, I read some scriptures, and then I lay back down, and I go to sleep. And as soon as I go to sleep, I'm falling, and boom, I land back on that road. And then I hear a big thud behind me, and I turn around, and there's a big headstone, and it says, R.I.P. with my name on it. And then I hear her laughing, and she says, "You won't get away this time." And then I wake up, and I stay awake the rest of the night.
Wow.
I can get into all the little tiny details, but that would take forever. But I just gave you a basic explanation of that, and the dream is identical every single time. So I'm on my 4th year.
How many years have you had this?
What's that?
Do you have it once a year?
No, it's like once every 4 years.
Long.
Yeah, it's like I'll go for 4 years, and it'll kind of dissipate out of my mind, and then boom, I have that dream. But I came awake, I mean, fully awake in 2015, and I don't know if I'll have that dream again. We shall see,
Hope you don't.
Oh, me too.
We'll see. I mean, have you ever had a positive dream where God talked to you in a dream?
Oh, absolutely. I had a dream. It was last year, and it was during a fast. And I hadn't, I don't know, it's been like in the fifth day of the fast. And I mean, nothing but water, you know what I mean? A lot of prayer,
Right.
meditation, reading in scriptures. And I'd gotten done praying, and I laid down and went to sleep. And I was in a village. And I mean, Christ time village, you know what I mean? Not like a village
Right.
modern day. And
Right.
I was walking, and all of a sudden, this person appeared beside me. And when I looked at him, I knew exactly who it was. And I bowed and I prayed and worshiped. And then he stood me back up, and he said that he and I had to talk. And he said that I would not remember the things that he had to tell me until it was time. And then we spoke. I mean, for hours and hours and hours. And then he told me it was time to wake up, and I woke up.
Wow. Yeah, I've had two. One was back in the 90s, again, fully asleep. And I used to have always have very vivid dreams. The dream I had was with the alien deception. That aliens were going to come down and manifest themselves as the saviors of the world, and that without them, our species would die. And I mean, it was a very long, vivid dream. I won't go into more detail than that, but just going back to the alien deception, I'm like, wow, God tried to wake me back then on what's coming. So I know there's a special reason for that. The second one was much more definitive because it came true. The alien deception obviously has not happened yet. I was going to move my two kids and my wife at the time from California to Columbus, Ohio, for work. And we had nobody out there. We had nobody on the East Coast, and all our family was here where we lived in Sacramento. And the stress over being the leader of the family overwhelmed me. And I woke up with a screaming at me. May 19th, May 19th, screaming at me. Don't worry, May 19th. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't go back to bed. May 19th, I don't know anything about May 19th. This was in February. Well, I put my house up for sale in the end of April. And the guy that I found, I did not know was a Christian at the time. And I put my house up for sale, and he goes, it's going to probably take 2 to 3 months to sell, because this was in 2008, right when the market was crashing.
Yeah.
And I, circled the calendar, and I looked at him and I said, you know what? God told me I'm going to sell my house on May 19th. And he looked at me like, if your house sells on May 19th, it is the hand of God, because there's no way. Well, I got an offer in, went back and forth. Short story, May 19th, he shows out at my house with the final papers to sign to go in escrow. And as soon as he showed up my door, I looked at him and I said, you know what today is, right? And he goes, yeah, I know. May 19th. I go, yeah, May 19th. It was, to me, it was like a message from God that don't worry about, what you're doing. That, I'm here for you, and it's the right decision. And it was like really, it really pushed me more heavily into the depth of my Christianity. I want to use that because it's religion. My relationship with God, that no matter what, I know there's nothing that anybody can ever tell me not to have faith and believe. After that, it was, and I went to my dad and I asked him, "Hey, Dad, has God ever talked to you before?" He goes, "Yeah." He's like I remember a screaming, a yelling, over and over till I woke up May 19th. I went to work because I had fellowship with a coworker that we did Bible study at Brick. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm circling May 19th. This is before I even put my house up for sale.
Yeah.
I'm circling it on the calendar. Something's going on that day. And then I piece it together, And yeah, my house sold in less than a month in a market where no homes were selling, for 3 months. The market was crashed. And I had to do it at that time because the kids were going to be out of school in June, which put, after May 19th, and a month in, you got, be June, and I had to move them out, we want to move them in school, and the job was open, and so forth, and everything had to work out exactly right for this all to take place. And it did. It was amazing. It was absolutely a miracle of God that did that. He also, the next time I got a very soft voice, June 11th, and I was told it's not for you, it's for her. I don't know what that means yet because I haven't had the June 11th yet to panned out for somebody that's a female. Still to come. So, but anyway, so dreams can be, your subconscious mind is where I think the other dimension can enter in and out of, good or bad.
Yes, I agree with you. I think when you're in a dream state, you're at the thinnest point of the veil. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and you got to allow yourself to be open to your dreams. I mean, I'm a dreamer. I dream in color, multiple dreams.
That and sound.
And
I hear
remember a lot.
Oh.
So anyway, those were my stories that I wanted to share. I know Ethan wants to call in.
Absolutely.
I don't want to take up all night on everybody, so I'll give the floor to Ethan, and yeah.
All right, thanks again for calling back in. You definitely helped out a lot of people, man.
I hope so. All right, God bless, and I'll be in the chat.
All right, peace, brother. All right, Ethan, the floor is open. If you think you figured it out, give me a call. Okay, Ethan's trying now. I could say is what I'll do is I'll pick someone out from the live stream and then you have to call, but I won't do that because if I do that, everybody will run away. Yeah, how cool. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and we got 22 people in the room with us. Another great night of worship, testimony, and speaking of prophecy and end times events. This has been fantastic. I'm just playing with you, Colleen. Hello.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
What? What's going on?
Well, he made it through, everyone, so we got him on the line.
Awesome. Hang on, you're just a bit quiet. I'm just trying to get into a quieter area of my house. How is everyone?
Everything's good on this end. This has been an absolutely wonderful night. One of the best live streams we've had yet.
Awesome. I'm just trying to get the volume back up. There we go. Now it should be good.
So, what did you want to talk about?
For everyone that's listening, I'm Ethan, or also known as Michael. So you might have heard Paul say Michael a couple of times. So I'm living in Melbourne, in Australia. So calling from a long distance.
Are you using the text me thing?
Yeah, I've managed to get on through text me. I was unable to use my credit on my phone. So
well, this way it's free, so.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is great. Love what you've done with being able to set that up. So it's just allowed us to really connect on an even deeper level. So yeah, and more personal. So yeah. All right.
So the floor is yours. Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I guess I'll try and give a brief testimony about just my background. I grew up in a Christian family, and we attended church regularly, and so I learned about God, and I learned about Jesus at a very young age. But it probably wasn't until I was maybe 13 or 14 that I began to really question, and give my heart to the Lord upon my own conscious understanding of who Jesus was and what it meant. So I grew up through my younger teenagehood, really just coming to know God myself rather than the stories that my parents had told me, but actually spending time in prayer, spending time in the Word, or in the words of God, in the Scriptures, and just build a strong relationship. And I guess like a lot of adults, or a lot of teenagers, should I say, young adults, found that time in the later teens where I fell away and got into some pretty heavy activities, and I always knew God was there during that time, but I rebelled against Him, possibly through influence of others, and I guess the enemy using ways to break down the stronghold that was in my spirit at the time, and it's very easy to do. The enemy finds one little thing and gets in that way, and it just spirals, and very soon, if you're not careful and you're not heavily in prayer and repentance, the enemy can take control of your life very quickly. For a while there, I really struggled with coming to know God. But anyway, a number of years ago, I came back to Christ. A friend who, ironically, I had helped lead to Christ in my teenage, brought me back to Christ in my adulthood. So it was kind of, it was really sweet to know that being a servant
servant of Christ, and my obedience in my early Christian walk actually paved the way for someone else to bring me back to Christ, who I'd influenced as a younger Christian. So it's amazing how God works in mysterious ways in that regard. Now, I guess regarding the Mandela effect, because I guess that's something we're all heavily aware of, I didn't know anything was going on because I'd kind of started to drift away a little bit again from God. I was spending time with Him, but maybe not adequately enough, and I started touching another foot back in the world, and which is a struggle that we all have as Christians. We find temptation can easily come our way because it's a trap that the enemy sets for us, and we make bad decisions. And, I might have made a couple of bad decisions, but God was sort of on the reins a bit. And I was in my room in July last year, 2017, and I was about to go downstairs and start playing some video games with a friend who'd come over to visit or something along those lines, and or maybe it was my housemate at the time. And God, I was about to walk out the room, and I said, "I'll pray later on. I'll have my quiet time with God later on." And I kind of had this overwhelming sense, and I heard this voice in my head say, "You get on your hands and knees now, and you come to me. Don't choose that, choose me." And it was like it was a command, and I was just drawn to the bed, and I just fell to my knees and started crying because I knew I'd kind of been stepping up a little bit again with just distractions and not putting God first. And he'd given me my wife, and I have a beautiful wife who's a Christian, and she's also aware of the effects, the Mandela effects. She's awake, so I've been very fortunate to have someone close to me who can see maybe not so much the scripture, because she did come from a Catholic background where all the scripture she heard was from pastors and priests and preachers in the church, not so much how much she'd read herself.
Yes.
But she did love Christ, she knew Christ, and she actually became aware of the Mandela effect through the secular changes. Was where I was able to bring her to that. But getting back on track, I was on my hands and knees crying, and God just filled me with His Spirit, and I felt His presence. Just this time, Michael, you have truly, broken. You've come to me not just as out of obligation of repentance, but you truly came and repented, and I felt His Spirit just come into me and renew my soul inside and out, and it was just overwhelming. And for the next 2 weeks, I was just filled with this passion and this drive and this the Spirit was just moving for me to dedicate and serve and really put my head back in the Scriptures. Well, the following day after that happened, I was kind of just looking online. I was just surfing YouTube, and it led me to start looking at things you didn't know about. And somehow I ended up on 10 possibilities of time travel. And that's where I first discovered the Mandela effect. And I clicked on it, and I seen some of the changes. And one of them was, I think I bounced to, a lot of the people here might be aware of Truth Shock TV. And Truth Shocks was what really hit home when I seen some of his quantum stuff, and also Photo Helix was doing stuff back then, and a few other Mandela affected people, and when I started seeing these changes before my eyes, I said, no, that's not right. And I started getting out the scripture. I'm like, no. The big one for me, or one of the biggest ones for me, was the Lord's Prayer, and because I'd learned that off by heart for years, and you know, so I said it in my head, and I said, before I even looked at it, you know, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us of our trespasses, and as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory in heaven forever and ever. Amen. And that, so I went through that quickly, and I realised that it had changed. Debts was there now. And I thought, well, I had seen debts before in some of the newer translations, but I was sure I'd seen it in the King James. So I went online and I had a look at the King James version. Sure enough, I see debts there, and I know that's impossible. And so then I started asking questions. You know, this can't be right. I need to look into this, and I started looking into the secular changes. And sure enough, there were things that had changed, like just trying to think of, like Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, who was the fairest of them all, which everyone knows. I mean, I'm in Australia, you guys are in the US, and there's many other people that, from all over the world, that are experiencing the same memories when we're totally disconnected, except we're connected through the Spirit, through Christ. But still, something that I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to think it was possible that Scripture could change. And I started talking to a couple of people, and they said, "Oh, don't worry about it," you know. But God was like, "No." In my spirit, no, there is more to this. Don't give up on this now. So I'd spoken to my mentor about it. Well, not originally. I didn't speak to him about it straight away, but I said a couple of things, and yeah, he you know, it led me into a couple of quotes that I'd spoken to him about, and I think I've shared it with a few people. Some of the prophetic words that the Spirit has given to me over the last few months. But the following day I was at work, and I was going, God, is this real? Like, the man, is this your will? Surely, I'm imagining it. Surely I'm misremembering these scriptures that have changed, or surely there's got to be a logical explanation. And I think when you listen to the way I was trying to explain it myself, it's the same way that people who can't see it are also addressing it. They're not consulting the Spirit. But I was saying to God, I was trying to justify it without the Spirit, but I was saying to God, God, you're stirring my heart about this. What is it? Confirm it to me. I need to hear you say it. And God said, it is true. I heard this voice in my head at work, and I was blown away. I was like, okay, I wasn't sure if it was God speaking, but and then God continued to speak. He said, Michael, I need you to prophesy for me. And I got instantly just shivers and chills, and fear just overtook me at work. And I'm like, God, are you asking me to prophesy? Kind of in my thoughts. He goes, are you ready to prophesy for me? And I said, I'm not ready, God. If you're asking me to prophesy for you, I'm not ready. But I'm willing if it is your will. And I heard this voice come back, just gently. He goes, Michael, that is the perfect answer. And I've reflected on what he said about that. I guess when you look at the scriptures, you look at a lot of the apostles, a lot of the people. When God calls us to do something, sometimes I think a lot of the time we're never truly ready. But it's the obedience that leads us into heeding that call and listening to what the Spirit is telling us. And so we take that leap of faith. And, I took that step and I said, okay, God, whatever it is, sure, I'm willing, I'm not ready. And God said, okay, the 2 quotes that you spoke to your mentor about, you're going to use them for what you're about to write. And he goes, you're going to use the first one for the first sentence in this prophecy, and you're going to use the second quote that you said to your mentor in the last sentence of the prophecy. And because my mentor had told me to actually write these things down. He goes, oh, that's from the Spirit. Where did you get those quotes from? And I said, I don't know. It just came to me. So anyway, after that, God said, I'm going to tell you everything to write between. And for the rest of the day at work, every time God needed me to write something, I just had this overwhelming desire to write. And I didn't know what I was going to write. It just came to me, and it just was so overwhelming. I couldn't focus on work. I couldn't concentrate. I was worried that people were going to start noticing that I pretty much dropped from 100% efficiency at my job and changed that to 100% efficiency of listening to the Spirit.
There you go.
And then, so I wrote everything down, and then after that, it was all written on bits of paper and on different sides of sheets, and I had to go home and put it all together. And when I did it, it really, I read it, and it really got to me, and it brought me to tears. And I'd be happy to share it, what he wrote to me, or what he told me to write.
Share away, brother. Share away.
So the Lord said to me, if the tree is missing just a few strong branches, you're going to lose most of your fruit. But if you cut off the trunk, and I'm understanding that as possibly God's word and the core trunk of the body of Christ, only a few small twigs who grow nearest to the base will remain. Step by step, day by day, week by week, while you are sleeping, I will allow my holy words to change and fulfill the prophecy of Amos. But still my children will sleep, for they do not know I'm already coming. And only those I allow to wake, and those twigs who stay close to my base, will remember what Amos foretold. For I allow my word to change to an unholy flesh that festers with the seeds of the serpent. As surely as I, the Lord your God, made the word flesh, so too the serpent made his unholy word become flesh. And one by one, my children will fall and never get up again. So my children, memorize my word, because one day that is all you will have. And when I read that, it blew me away. And it brought me to tears, and I remember crying on my knees to God, not because of what he'd written, but knowing that he's talking about not only his church, but also those that don't know him, that we're all, what's coming to us, we're all involved in that. And I was just so sorrowful for loss, and I said, Lord, if this is not your will or word, then please don't be silent. And I heard this thunderous voice in my head, and it was like the sound of thunder that was booming, and it was really loud and echoing, and I heard this voice say, it is my will, Michael, do not weep for them, for the dead will weep for themselves. And that shook me up even more, because God, I wouldn't say anger is the right word, the voice that came to me. Anger, he wasn't angry, but he was stern, like very commanding and authoritative, like he's not pleased. I got from that message, but he's not angry, just very, came across very abrupt and blunt in that response, and it just blew me away. So yeah, that was that, and since then, God has had me write a few other things, and I have no idea what I'm going to write when I write them, and I don't consider myself a prophet. I'm not a prophet. I'm just listening to words and writing them down because they need to be heard, and it scares me because I know what the scripture says about those who are lying prophets, false prophets, and it brings me fear because I have fear of God, and I don't want to be in that. But at whose peril and what cost does it come if I stay silent and it is from God? So I guess that's where discernment comes in. And when people hear those things, take what I've written to Scripture, or take what you've heard to Scripture, take it to prayer, test the spirits. Don't believe what everyone is saying. Back it up through Scripture. Back it up through confirmation of the Spirit, and that's how I've come to understand that maybe this really, with the Mandela effect, that maybe God is obviously talking to me, and during that period, and I just want to give you, if you're happy for me to read one more out, Paul.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this one was the latest one that I received, and I think I got it on the 16th of December last year. God has not overwhelmed me. I just, when the Spirit calls me to do it, I've just been doing it. And a lot of the stuff I've kept to myself because I haven't tested it, or I haven't been able to confirm it with others. So, but yeah, this one was the latest one, and this was pretty full on because I think it relates completely to where we're at with being awake to the times, each and every one of us. And I felt God say, I was at the computer and I felt His Spirit start stirring me. I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to write? Okay, I'm just going to write. So I did, and just this came out word for word without change, like apart from a few spelling errors because I'm not the most advanced English student out there, but weep, my children, weep for all that is to come. You stood in silence. You worried about what others thought. You see the signs, but you remain silent. Your tongue has lost its motion. Your mouth has lost its movement. Your voice has lost its sound. I tell you to take heed, and you stand frozen in fear. You worry about what they think, but not what I command. Where are my children? Where are my sheep? Who is lifting up my voice in these perilous times? Why do you hide? Why do you ask the rocks to fall on you? Why do I stand held in contempt while you allow my voice to be silenced? Where are my saints? Where are my leaders? Where are my shepherds? While the serpent takes control, my children cower behind closed doors. Why must you allow my words to fail you? What did I do wrong, my Israel? What curse did I bring upon my Judah? For you are falling deep into darkness away from the light. Did I not show you the way? Did I not give you the truth? Did I not bring you my light? Why do you ignore those I am sending my warnings through? Is your pride worth more to you than I? Are my words not sincere? Is their truth not my truth? Do you think I would send children of pride as my witness? Truly you do not know your God. If so, I send the weak, the poor, the humble, the judged, but most importantly, the obedient. They well in tears asking him to bear not this burden upon them, for they are sinful and ashamed. But I will glorify their obedience, for in their sin they heard my call. Do you not recall my words? Do you forsake my gift? Will you ignore their pleas? Do you think I don't know your mind? Wash away your filth, seek my truth, while my glory is still yours to behold. I did not come to bring peace, I came to separate the truth from the lies. The agnosia of my children is abound. Wake up now, sons and daughters of mine. And that was it. And when I heard the word agnosia, I didn't even know what that word meant. Have you heard of that word, the word agnosia?
No, I never have.
I would ask you, because because I don't have, because I'm on the phone and I don't have the internet set up at the moment, I would ask you to bring up the word agnosia, because I had no idea what it meant, and when I read it, it blew me away. It was so overwhelming, because I'd never heard of the word, and I just typed it down because that's the word I heard in my head. And I guess that word was the confirmation of what God was revealing to me through these words.
Okay, I have your definition for you.
Okay.
Agnosia is the inability to process sensory information. Often there is a loss of ability to recognize objects, persons, sounds, shapes, smells, while the specific sense is not defective, nor is there any significant memory loss. Man, that fits to exactly what you just read to us.
Yeah, and it blew me away, Paul. Like, I didn't even know that word, and when I read it, it was just, that's what's happening. That is what's happening to everyone who is under the veil. They are in a state of agnosia, and it just, that was amazing. Like, that just really hit home. What God was revealing to me through these words. So yeah, that was what I had to share with you guys. And yeah, I think with what's happening, I guess we have to just keep close to God, and just keep being obedient to what He's leading us into the hour He's leading us into. And you know, we're going to be called, I believe we're going to be called to be doing things that, you know, we're going to be putting friendships on the line, family on the line. I've lost friends out of this. Strong friendships are no longer the same as a result of arguments that have spawned from trying to bring awareness to what is happening to other Christians, fellow friends in Christ. And for a lot of you out there, I know you're struggling with family, and I mean, luckily for me at this stage, I haven't really. Quite a number of my family members are open at least to the idea, even if they're not 100% sure. They're like, they at least acknowledge that there's things changing, and whether they put it down to the Mandela effect or not, I don't know. I guess you just just have to keep getting the word out when opportunity presents. You know, sometimes you can't just go up to someone and just slap them over the face with what you know, because I don't know where the scripture is in the Bible, but there is a scripture that talks about baby food for babies. You know, you don't feed solid food to Christians who aren't ready, but that doesn't mean you can't give them little things. Come across with some of the Mandela effects, and hey, remember when such and such said this, and then you know, you can kind of ease your way into the topic without just going full frontal Bible's changed, because for some reason the veil, or whatever this agnosia is of the children, they seem to just put their back up against the wall and start fighting with you know, in a very defensive mindset, like, you know, things like, oh, you're a legalist, or you know, things like that. Oh, you say I'm not saved because I can't see that, and that's not what we're trying to do. We've got to bring it in a way that doesn't point out that they're not saved, because ultimately, I mean, for some of these Christians, they may be deceived. I think it says, "Will fool the elect if possible." So not all of these Christians are ready to be woken yet, and obviously we can see that firsthand from our own experience. It doesn't mean that God maybe won't wake them in the future, but if we plant little seeds here and now, maybe that will make a difference, and they will remember the things that we've told them. until something comes up that they know 100% is a change in their memory. I guess we can just keep sharing the love, keep bringing, we can't be angry at them. Those who don't see, we were at various stages where we didn't see either. So how could we be angry towards our brothers and sisters who don't see? As frustrating as it can be, we have to continue to come across with love and mercy, and the same that's been shown to us through Christ. I mean, we didn't deserve what we have, and that's the life that Christ has given us. And I think as long as we take that humble approach, I'm sure God will use us in that way. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Sorry, I've probably gone on for way too long.
Oh, no, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, when you were done for a minute there, I was going to chime in and ask everybody that's in the room that maybe tomorrow, after this has been uploaded to the channel, this specific live stream right here, right now, I would ask every single one of you to share this for what our brother just spoke to us, because his words were more important than anything that I ever could have said tonight. The testimonies were wonderful, but he spoke to us the words of the Lord that were spoken to him, that he shared with us, and it's our responsibility. As he said, where is your voice? Are you standing up for me? Share this to all of your groups, to your Facebook pages, to Twitter, to everything else. Let's get this word out. Let's follow what God told us to do, what the Lord told us to do through the words that he spoke to Michael.
Thanks very much for having me on, Paul.
Oh, absolutely, man. You are definitely a brother in Christ, and for what you've done for me, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man.
Really, I think we're all really blessed to have this ministry, and I think God is working. He's moving. So, yeah, amen.
Amen. Let me tell you what.
Take care. I'll leave you to bring someone else on, or continue on talking, everyone.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much, brother. Appreciate it. You have a God night.
Yeah. All right. So thank you.
Peace. That was extremely awesome. That was just bone-chilling awesome. Well, we're at an hour and 13 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and do my normal and shut the live stream down so it'll load up to the channel. And everybody stick around in the live stream. It'll be just a few minutes before the live stream's back up. And as I always say, remember to, if you don't see the live stream, to refresh your browser or open up a new tab. So stay in the live chat, keep talking away, and we will be right back. Peace, my brothers and sisters.